fantastic. That Egypt surprised me. I know that's how they play. Egypt plays a low block, then they do counterattacks. But today they were very coherent in midfield too. They had a very good structure. They were passing the ball. They played more of a mid than low block, controlled the tempo of the game, even though Argentina had more expected goals. Egypt played fantastically, and they made Argentina pay. They made Argentina pay on the wings. The first goal was a header, but the next two goals, one of which was disallowed, were from counterattacks on the wings. The Argentinians couldn't keep up with their pace, couldn't pick up with their endurance or anything. But they lost a lot of momentum, or they lost a lot of energy by losing one of those goals, which was due to a VAR thing. But even after that, they scored again. But after that, Argentina shifted the game and very aggressive, and the only mistake, after Argentina became aggressive and scored that first goal, Egypt became flustered. That's just like a boxing match. You've been winning, you're winning. Then a team counters you with a punch, and at that point, they sort of reeled out of control. I'm not going to say Egypt did anything wrong in that game. I will say that their defense faltered after they gave up the first goal under the pressure. They should have tried to compose themselves and go back to their mid-block and control it, but they didn't. But to me, I'm not going to be the one to blame them for that and say, oh, they have a low mentality. Like people like Saeed would say, it's not a low mentality. It's that after 9 minutes of the game and you're doing well, it's very heartbreaking to give up one goal, then you give the second goal. Then by the time you give up the second goal, it was 3-2, right? Yeah. Yeah. By the time they gave up the second goal, so what happened? It was like a domino effect. They just sort of lost morale and everything, but they're only human. That game, football is a game of momentum. Egypt had the momentum for the first 20 minutes. Then it stabilized, and Egypt had the momentum again. Then at the last 11 minutes of the game, the full momentum was with Argentina. So we can't blame Egypt. What are your thoughts on how they started off with a very good mid-block, very good holding the ball, good counterattacks, and they basically, even though they didn't control possession, they basically controlled the tempo and feel of the game for most of the game. What are your thoughts?
You're absolutely right. Egypt scored first and frustrated Argentina during the opening period. And then they extended their lead to 2-0. And then if you look at it, Egypt's compact defense structure successfully frustrated Argentina for most of the game. Egypt lacks the energy and squad depth, in my own opinion, to maintain the defensive intensity.
Yes.
And that's what opened the door for Argentina to come back. If they had the energy and the squad depth to maintain that defensive intensity, they would have progressed today. But be it as it may, it was a valiant performance by Egypt, tactically astute by their coach, but they couldn't see it out. And Argentina ultimately had the aggression and the bullying ability to come back to this game, basically.
That's how South American teams play, except for Brazil, Paraguay, Argentina. They play dirty. Now we see what's going to happen now. Switzerland versus who's playing this evening? Switzerland versus
Colombia.
Colombia. This is a cakewalk for Argentina. Show me England can get through. Norway is a big match. It's a big match because one of those teams may be able to beat Argentina. All right, take us out, Falabi. Nice one.
Yeah, it's been another brilliant World Cup review. We have been talking about the Argentina's narrow victory against Egypt, and from Mustafa and myself, we'll be back again.
Okay, I'll be waiting for the video so I can send it out. Thanks. Okay.
All right, sure.